Well, have you all seen my short series, that 9A of how the flat earth works? If you haven't, check it out. This is huge, this. I can't believe there's 7 million people in the world. Here I am telling them how Earth actually works, and it's flat, and I've got 200 subscribers. It just doesn't make sense, because nothing I'm saying can be debunked. It's fact. This is a big one. You think you have one sky rotation because they tell you if you look right, if you look south, and if you look left, one's going anti-clockwise, one's going clockwise, like this. Oh, you look that one, it's going, let's go that way. If you look north, it's going anti-clockwise. Oh, if you look right, it's going clockwise. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's alright. That's what they say if you're living on a spinning ball. That's right. But then you look up here. You got the two star rotations meeting like this. Like this. You don't see them come together and start rolling like a rolling pin, do you? No, you see them going like this. There's two. It's quite obvious. You've got one rotation coming out of centre north, the Arctic ice. It meets at the equator. It meets the southern field coming out of the Antarctic ice shelf. And they meet. They meet like this. Both going, heading west. All our celestial bodies move west. Now what 99.999% of people don't realise, and never been shown or taught, certainly not taught at school, that's for sure, that this star rotation Polaris is fixed. Is fixed. There's the Earth, roughly. There's the centre Earth vortex. Polaris is a projection from down there. It's fixed. It does not move. Earth is stationary. It does not move. But these elliptics, the spiral in the vortex, they move around 24 hours a day. 23.56 to be exact, plus a few seconds. That is moving around. It is this moving around is reflected out into the southern field onto a concave lens. Imagine that. This is perfect symmetry with this. This is why we get this rotation reflection. As these turn, revolve, this turns. But because this is turning also, this picture is being moved around over 24 hours. The southern rotation moves like this over 24 hours. That does not. Come back and prove to me that does not move. And what's happening because this is moving? And the other stars are coming in as they go round the elliptic. You've got more stars coming in. So as that moves, there's continuous stars coming back in to complete the big rotation. It's moving. This keeps coming. So you're always looking as though you're seeing a rotation. It moves all the way around there. That's huge. It's a Nobel Prize. But hey, the people who run the show, they know it moves. Because that moves, they tell you live on a spinning ball. Just because that's moving. That is their reason why they tell you live on a spinning ball. But no, there's your flat earth. That's how it works. It's all reflected off the centre here. All in here, unseen to man. But now, I think they're starting to see it because they've got infrared, those nuclear radiation resonating machines detecting magnetic flows, and now they're starting to talk about the dust in the magnetic fields. I used to say this a couple of years ago on Facebook about the dust. The dust is created from volcanoes. Everything has a purpose. It gets up to the high altitudes. Very fine particles of minerals or precious stones float up there in the atmosphere. And with the infrared cameras, they detect this dust, which determines the flow of the magnetic field. But for some reason, well, I know why. They're lying to you about this meeting here, because as soon as they say that and tell you about two rotations, you know you're on a flat earth. They're real dodgy about explaining this part. They know they're coming out of here and they're coming out of there, but they won't tell you they all meet at, well, they sort of do, at the equator, but they won't reveal the whole system, or they're just too thick to realise they are on a flat earth. That's how it works. It's quite simple. It's like a computer system in here. It's like perfect. When you put your head to it and find out, what the hell? It's working perfectly to create this. It's exactly like a flippin' induction system. With the voltage coming across the circuit to create the sun. They don't even tell you the sun's in the Milky Way. They tell you the sun goes around the Milky Way. The Milky Way turns around. The Milky Way is doing this. In here, the Milky Way is going around. That's our daylight. That's 24-hour days. Day and night, 24-hour cycle. Everything goes around in the centre of the earth. Everything is going around in here. 15 degrees per hour. 15 degrees per hour. It's like a clock. Here's your clock arm. It's going 15 degrees an hour. And this reflection down here of the stem, the elliptics, forming this, is also moving. 15 degrees an hour. Or that way, whichever way you want it. And this all comes back to the relativity, doesn't it? Time slows down out here, as in there. That's a whole big another story. But it's all science. There's no black holes out here. It's all garbage. The only hole would be here, where it will get sucked back down. Everything gets sucked back down through the Milky Way. Because everything out here is a reflection, holographic reflection. Everything is a holographic image. That's huge. Think about it. I'll leave it at that.